Hey my Wildmore friends, it's Monday, May 29th, I think, 2017. We are here in the center of New Mexico, a brand new day, a brand new week. Today, or this week, we're going to be talking about the baby birds. There's a little bit of a surprise why I do my garden updates, and one more very special thing. With that, we'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know.
I hope you can hear me okay. As usual, we're having another catastrophic wind event. I wanted to show you the baby birds because I think they have hair. I haven't looked at the footage yet while I'm recording this, but from the little bit that was popped up, it looks like they had hair. Boy, I think it's the mom and the dad going crazy. That's why I only do it once a week. It really stresses them out. So this is a little bit about the baby birds. This is very fun watching them get older. I hope they survive. So I wanted to do just a quick plug here about why I've been showing you my fabulous garden or lack of garden updates. And ironically, as I was coming out to record this, the wind tipped over yet another barrel and I lost my only plant out of the 6. I had one shoot of lettuce come up out of the 6 different plants I had in that particular container. I wanted to say thank you. Several of you have sent me ideas and suggestions for my eternal set of problems here, but I wanted to qualify and clarify why I've actually been doing this. And there's a couple things. One is I have decided that all these things are going wrong because it's really helpful. I don't know about you, but I learn way more when I make mistakes or things go backwards. I would say a different word, but when things go backwards, and that's when my greatest learning curve is when the things don't go as planned. And so often people who are making videos about how to or showing you something, it's after they've developed their expertise and sort of this idea that things are effortless and easy. And I don't know about you, but in my personal experience, it rarely goes that way. And also, you know, I show you some of these difficulties because if there's anything I've learned about this process, I keep saying, you know, I've already been through my own personal apocalypse here, that, you know, I came here not really knowing. I started all this, you know, not knowing anything about living close to the land. I mean, I'd camped and backpacked. So much of what I've learned is, you know, I started with not knowing anything. And it's through the mistakes and the errors and the trials and tribulations that I've learned so much. And I personally like to see the learning curve. I don't want to see perfection. And so, you know, one of the reasons I share everything that goes wrong is because that always makes me feel better. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. So I do that, but also I'm really trying to drive the point home that if we wait until it's too late, there's no time to learn how to really do a lot of these things. And I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that I'm seeing really significant changes in the last 2 years. And as I learn more about what's happening with the sun and with our climate, not Al Gore climate change, but what I think is really happening in terms of increased radiation, increased wind. There's some changes. I was just watching a report this morning on changes. There's been changes in pollinators, you know, the butterflies, the bumblebees, all the bugs that create the system so that we can have food while they're having a lot of difficulty with these changes. So the wind especially, you know, I had read that part of what these shifts are is there's going to be an increase in wind, which I have noticed significantly. And it's also been extremely impactful on trying to grow things outside. So I am showing you this to really encourage you to not assume it's simple and easy if you haven't gotten started. The other thing that I've done, which is not working, is not buy anything. And so often, you know, the American solution is to just buy our way out of a problem. And there's a couple things. One, if you're like me and you can't afford it, you got to figure out what to do without the extra bonus stuff that you can buy. And two, the time may come where we can't buy our way out. And so I've been trying to see what I could get away with by doing it as simply and as bare bones as possible. And I can tell you it's not working, and that is a big red flag. So I've sort of restructured how I'm going to be tackling these things in the near future here, and I'll be sharing that with you. But so I just wanted to say thank you for sharing your ideas and comments with me. And two, I just really hope the takeaway is not what an idiot I am, which was always up for debate, but rather it's not as simple as it looks, and that in a world that's drastically changing, you just never know. So that's why it's good to practice while there's still time. The last thing I really want to talk about is, when I share information, and also, when other people do, it's really important to not get caught up in the fear. And so I don't know that if I say this very often, but as we're talking about these different things in terms of how to change your life and different choices and lifestyle changes and health and, different ways to live, it's important that it's not because of what you're afraid of, but what you would choose anyways. And so, living as a nomad was the happy surprise. I had no intention of doing it for more than just a year. I never knew I would like it. And so that was a happy surprise. But I made the choice not because of the old life failing, but because it was something I wanted to explore. And it's turned out really well. And the same is true with everything. And so much of the traditional, plan and prepare, prepping movement is about fear of the future. And there are many apocalyptic things on the horizon, including, I'm calling it the aging apocalypse. Even if nothing else comes true and life stays totally exactly perfect, there is an aging apocalypse coming. So it doesn't matter what the future holds. It shouldn't change how you make your decisions or why you're making your decisions or who you want to be that's making those decisions. So all the things that I'm talking about is sharing, I would be doing regardless of what was happening out in the world or in the future. So that's really something, I hope you'll spend a few minutes thinking about. When you're listening to information, don't react just from a place of fear and panic, but is this something that would be interesting or helpful or exciting for you to do in a perfect world? I don't live in that world. I'm sure you don't either, but in the meantime, I'm really excited about what the future can hold. So that's it for this week. I'm sorry if this is bad windy-wise. There's just nothing I can do it or anywhere I can go. So we're going to call it a wrap. I will plan on seeing you back here next week at the Road Report. Getting close to getting the book done. Very excited because there are so many things I want to share with you. Very soon, hopefully, we'll see. And with that, we'll see you next time.